Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me finish.
Welcome to Let Me Finish, the weekly podcast where we discuss what the hell's going on in pop culture, current events, and everything else in between.
We are your hosts. I'm Janice.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jillian. Grab a glass of wine and let's get started. All right, everyone, we are back for season 2. This is our 24th episode.
Woo-hoo! Yes.
So we took a little break to have a little vacation time, us me time, and spend time with family. And we are back, and we have some pretty interesting subjects to talk about. But we'll just kind of do a quick rundown of what we did while we were away.
What we've been doing.
I think the only person that had anything exciting is Stacy.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
My birthday?
Oh,
you are just ridiculous.
My bad.
I was like...
okay, I'm sorry. Stacey had the biggest thing going on. And yes, it was Janice's birthday.
I mean, I had a whole birthday celebration
Happy
in that time.
belated birthday,
Yes.
Janice.
How old
She's
are
like
you?
the only person that did anything. What?
You know she's not going to say her age.
How old am I?
Yes.
She has to remember what she said last year and count backwards.
I'm 29.
Okay, there you go.
Great, yeah.
Okay, wink, wink. Okay. So Janice had a birthday. We went to, what was the name of that restaurant we went to?
Dolce. Rivera.
Really, really cute.
Yeah,
Very
I liked
cute.
it. Very Italian style.
Actually, shameless plug, but I did vlog that birthday lunch that we
Yeah.
did for you. So go
Yeah.
watch the vlog.
I don't
Yes.
think that's shameless. You should promote your YouTube on
I
here.
did vlog it, and you were so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we took a lot of really great
It's so-
pictures.
go watch my YouTube
And we
video.
made a TikTok. Of
Yeah.
We
the,
did.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun because
Were
that
we
TikTok.
not recording then? Had
No.
already-
No, we
we
weren't.
weren't.
We
'Cause
had
we were-
already
yeah.
taken our break then. But yeah.
No, because it was the one margarita. Where I'm
And
gonna
you
open my
got a new
legs.
car. So much happened for you.
Yeah, I did get a new car, but I got the car before we went on break. I did get
Yeah,
the new
like-
car
Oh,
before
I
that.
had just saw it when we went to brunch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the first time you got in the car. Mhm.
Okay. Beautiful.
But yeah, Stacey's been doing good. She's been vlogging her little butt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked and I was like, you have a lot more followers than I thought.
And
you have over 2,000.
Way over. I'm working my way up, y'all.
Yay!
I mean, that is our next step is to get
Yeah.
a YouTube channel for our podcast.
the podcast,
But
yeah.
Stacey's a whole bona fide influencer on TikTok. Not.
Well,
too.
yeah. I guess I saw.
Well.
Well,
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I was like, oh, wow.
I try.
People be watching you. Okay.
I went to Turks and Caicos with the family. That's what I've been doing. We were there for, it should have been 8 days, but we were there for like almost 10.
I thought you guys were there a long time. I was like, dang, they're still there.
Our initial vacation was like, it was 8 days, 7 nights. And the reason why it was so long, because usually we don't do that long, but they only had direct flights on Monday.
But so you have to do Monday.
So I did Monday to Monday. And then because of the cancellation and all that, we ended up being there
What an ordeal.
way longer than I wanted to be out. I mean, really,
Were
truly,
you
like,
at least by the water, though?
girl, I'm not even
No,
talking about
okay.
like the place they put us in. But
Okay,
here's the
okay.
thing: whenever I go
PTSD.
on vacation, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's so beautiful here. I could live here, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute your shit gets canceled and you can't get your ass back to the U.S., you're just like, I want to go home.
I wanna go.
I just want to get back to America.
Oh, I know. I feel like that. Yeah, because by the time I'm done with my vacations, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Girl, when you
By that
realize,
last day, I'm ready.
I'm like, can y'all please send this plane
You're like,
to
I'm
come
stranded.
get us? I'm ready to get home.
What do I do?
Yeah, I'm no longer at this luxurious resort. American
Yeah.
Airlines, they gonna put you in the crappiest hotel they can
They
find.
couldn't put you. Was
So-
the airport far from the resort?
No, but so a lot of these resorts, they don't do like single night
Yeah,
bookings.
most places.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, resorts don't do single day bookings.
Well, because my friend had the same thing happen to her, and she was saying that they just went back to the resort and booked and got their room back ready. I was like, oh, well then.
Yeah, and actually we tried to get late checkout, and they told us our room we couldn't because our room
It was
was
already
already
booked.
booked.
somebody
Yes.
else was already coming in.
And another thing too, like we tried calling like the Ritz Carlton and stuff because they have a really nice one there, and they were completely booked. So
oh, damn. I didn't know Turks and Caicos was popping like that.
oh yeah, it is now. So but it's also small too. So it's not like these are
Yeah.
these are not mega resorts.
I was gonna say, it's a very remote island,
So maybe
from my understanding.
just not a lot of resorts there
There's
to
not a
be able
whole
to
lot of
accommodate.
resorts, and but So American Airlines, they did. I will say they did get us food vouchers, transportation vouchers, and they got us lodging.
Yeah,
And
because they're
wasn't-
required to.
I mean, I guess they're required to, but
Because your delay was like you were scheduled for what, Monday and end up leaving Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Aren't they supposed to give you something monetary too?
no. Well, that is
No.
monetary because they paid for it.
they paid
Like, just
for
straight money, though.
lodging.
No, it's
no.
a voucher.
If they bump you and depending on when you bumped you and have to reschedule you, so involuntary bumping you, yes, they do offer cash incentives for people who voluntarily get bumped. And so I think they can offer cash in that situation where when they overbook and everyone shows up and then they have to take people off and then you have to reschedule.
I've just seen it on TikTok. This guy that was like, "Oh, you didn't know you're supposed to be getting this amount of money." So
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
depends on
save
the,
it just in case.
It depends on the situation
Yeah.
because if it's like, oh, it's canceled, the plane cannot go.
Yeah.
Then everyone gets off. Then they're not going to give cash to every single person. They are just required to provide accommodations if it's over 12 hours.
Yeah, and they
So-
did. And then what pissed us off, they were like, okay, we're going to fly out at 8 a.m. the next morning. So we were like, we barely slept. We were up, ready to go. As soon as we get there, they're just like, just kidding, your flight's still.
Oh
Wait,
no,
we
yeah,
could've
I would have
stayed
wanted
there.
to cry.
Yeah.
When we went to Florida and we went on our cruise, that 7-hour delay was like
Crazy.
the most torturous
Yeah.
7 hours of my life. I
then-
legitimately wanted to cry.
That's why I do not like going in and out of Florida.
I hate that.
Usually Miami, Orlando, for some reason, they always have
Always.
issues.
It was an
Always.
all-day thing, though.
Like,
it was
nothing-
horrible.
Yeah.
Because
it
I've
was-
been we've been canceled in Miami once a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped doing connecting flights. I don't remember where we were going. It was a family trip, and we connected in Miami, and our flight got canceled. And they put us like in, oh my gosh,
Oh, I remember you telling me.
it was like in the hood, girl. We were like literally. You know, the hood is never far from the airport.
No,
Yes.
because that's...
When I said we
Yes.
were in the hood, we were in the hood.
You're like,
Yeah.
ooh, hold on.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
who?
Well, my
I mean,
bad.
nobody's rushing to go live by an airport when you have like big old jets flying over
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
mm-mm. That's
No.
why I stopped doing connecting flights, and I always
Yeah.
do direct flights. And that's one of the reasons why I don't do check-in luggage because,
Ooh,
yeah,
because I was just gonna say, because I went on Frontier, and apparently Frontier always has delays. I would never fly Frontier again.
and I don't do check. I don't
Never.
do check bags either because all those people that had check bags, once we got taken off the plane, they had to go and get all their bags because remember the plane was ready to take off. So they had to
Yeah.
get all their bags off. I'm like, oh hell no. Mm-mm.
So you can just get your bag and leave. Yeah.
So and that
Yeah.
was a whole mess for them. They had to go in a separate line to get their bags and stuff. I felt
Wow.
I was like,
No, and I never like to check my bags for that because
I don't do that.
refuse to have a lost bag.
That
I would
too.
freak
Yeah.
out. I've never had that happen, but
Oh,
no.
knock on
But
wood.
everybody always talks about Spirit this, Spirit that. Frontier's worse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fly Spirit or Frontier.
I have flown Spirit, and I don't mind it. Like it's not the best, but I don't mind it. Frontier was like, what is going on? It was like almost like plastic seats.
Seriously.
Yes. I've heard horror stories about Frontier.
Like when I sat down, I said,
But you know, people talk trash about Sun Country. I've never had a bad experience with Sun Country.
Yeah, we've done Sun Country a couple times before.
I wasn't a fan of Sun Country either, but it's better than
I've
Frontier.
never had it. We always make it. It's a chartered flight.
To me, it's the same type of planes that Spirit has.
It is, but you don't have to pay like for your seat or like.
Yeah, that part's the scam because you're not saving. You maybe save like $5 when it's all said
Yeah.
and done.
And I rather go on the big airlines like
So.
United, Delta, American. I'm not saying no airline is perfect.
No, they
there
all
are
have
just things
issues.
that are out of their control. But then after everything that happened with Southwest, I'm like, ooh, I don't
But
think
somebody
I'm,
told me, well, a guy on the flight, he was like, we just got bought by American Airlines or something, or they bought
Who,
something.
Frontier?
Frontier,
No.
so apparently they're supposed to have better.
Frontier actually got bought by Alaskan Airlines, or was it? No. It was
Frontier bought somebody, and basically he was saying they were going to take over their
No,
planes.
it got bought out. But there's oh my god, I know the name of the airline. It
I
is.
thought it was a popular one.
JetBlue?
It was a popular
I think
one.
it was JetBlue. I think, and Frontier got bought up by JetBlue, but I think due to regulations, I think the merger didn't get approved.
Oh,
If
because I
I-
was like, ooh, hopefully, because y'all is playing.
Yeah, I can
Basically
Google it.
paper planes.
Yeah, because it's when it comes to Frontier and all that. I don't know.
Anyways.
But yeah, I did.
Anyways,
I did
that's
hear that.
topic. But I just was saying, yeah, Frontier, horrible. Don't do it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did my whole little month. I did go to the pool finally for the first time this summer. I mean, that was fun. But that's really all I've done.
Yeah,
Hang out with
we were gone a
friends,
month-
relax.
I just relaxed at home and chilled, and we went out and celebrated for your birthday, and
I had a really fun birthday. Yeah, I made it really special.
I think I just needed a mental break
yeah, sometimes.
where I was just like, oh, I just need my me time.
Oh yeah, I have that all the time.
I was just
I'm
like-
constantly involved in my me time.
Yeah, I think I just
love
needed
me some me time.
my me time where I was just
Low-key.
like at home and then we had 4th of July. It was just me and Janice, so we just like
You watched movies?
We went to just watched movies.
Y'all watch Independence Day?
No,
he
we
didn't.
watched that movie 65, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah, and come to find out, we rented it and then
It came right out. I was thinking
on Netflix.
Oh,
I was thinking that. I was like, damn, Julie just paid for this.
I mean, it was only like $6, but still, I was just like, damn, if they had just like released
week
a little bit
later.
a week later,
But it
like,
wasn't good, right? Did you think it was good?
It was like, okay, I don't like
Adam
that.
Driver. It was just boring.
It was kind of like if anyone's seen the Will Smith movie with Jaden, where they end up landing on
Oh, yeah.
Earth or
Mm-hmm.
trash.
Wow.
And so I was just like, yeah, this ain't it. I don't like this.
Yeah, I feel like me and Julian just were sitting there watching the movie just because we rented
We
it.
rented
Yeah.
it.
So we were like,
And-
we better finish.
Yeah, and then we just watched Girls Trip again, which was so
Oh, that's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Every time I watch that movie, I
I
forget how
love that.
funny it is.
Oh, that
it's
movie is-
hilarious.
I need to watch it again. It's
That's
so
why I said we
funny.
need to go to New Orleans.
We really need to make it.
need
Let's
to
make
plan
it
a girls'
happen.
trip.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, because Essence Fest was. Was
I don't know.
over
We
already
4th of
missed
July.
it. We
Yeah, it
missed
was over
that.
4th of
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
weekend.
But I'm
So-
telling you, last time I went to Bourbon Street, because the time we went before, we didn't really go out to Bourbon Street. But I'm telling you, when I went to Bourbon Street this last time for Lakin's birthday, I had so much fun.
Really? So
Okay.
let's just
I
make
was
it
like,
happen.
Yeah,
this
let's-
is the bomb.
Yeah, let's make that
Let's
like
make it happen.
when there's a next like 3. Well, I don't know, Janice. You
It
don't
would
get
be
all
in
the holidays off. Next time there's like a 3-day
It's in
weekend.
Yeah, no.
September. Wouldn't,
Cool, let's do it.
wouldn't it be in September?
Labor, I don't think I get Labor Day off. But
Damn.
who knows? Maybe. You never know. I don't know.
We'll see.
I can request it. Oh, I did say I was going to
it's
put
in
PTO
September.
in. Let's go for your birthday.
Yeah,
It's September.
That could work too.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go
Okay.
celebrate because it's
Okay.
a big one.
Yes, I turned 40.
Oh,
Oh, you're going to admit it? Oh, okay.
That's something to be proud
She's
of.
turning 30,
I-
y'all.
One thing's for sure. When I tell people like, look, I'm lucky to have been here another year. So every year is, and I'm healthy and
Yeah.
happy and.
It's a
I'm
huge
forgetting
milestone.
how old I am now.
It's a huge
at this
milestone.
point.
And honestly, I always tell people after I turned 21, honestly, I didn't feel year after year, I didn't feel any different.
Ooh, 30 was
40, y'all, 40 is a good year. Like when you turn 40, I don't know, something just clicks and you're just kind of like, you don't even give a fuck anymore. Anything
I don't
that
give a
you,
fuck now.
anything that you want to, I know, anything you want to do, you're going to do it. Like
Yeah.
anything that you wanted to do, you know what? Like,
I'm
I think
a whole
you kinda,
grown,
I think
like-
you kind of realize too that shit,
Yeah.
time's ticking. 'Cause-
You're like, shit,
Yeah.
let me go do all this shit I've been
Yeah.
wanting to do my whole life.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, the only thing I did was I feel like, you know, I'm back in my workout classes that I have, and I'd hit a plateau for a little bit, and I had another little breakthrough. I'm like, man, a year ago I could not do this.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
now I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can
That's
do
another
this.
thing we need to do. We need to do a vision board. I know you do them all
I
the
do it
time.
every year.
Yeah.
But last time I did a vision board was right before COVID, and I feel like it was really helpful.
And if I show you what's on my vision board from last year, so we had the house on there.
Your vision
which
board
is-
made me laugh.
Wait, so you're laughing. I can go get my vision board. So on my vision board that we did 2020 December, we did it in December. We did it before the new year, 2022. I have the house on there, which is I'm in the house now, and then I have like a YouTube, like I have a camera
For your YouTube.
for the
Okay,
YouTube. So
yeah.
I'm doing that, and I got monetized. And the only thing that's on there that I have not accomplished yet was the pool. because we didn't get the pool put in. We're getting that put in.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And I had a whole bunch of money on there, you know, because money comes to me easily.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I need to do that too. Whatever you're doing, I need to do that.
So
Because money does not come to me easily, but it leaves me.
Yeah,
very
money
easily.
comes to me easily. I attract money.
Okay, you're manifesting right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to. Yes, I attract money as well. I want to manifest
Yeah.
that too.
Me too.
so.
I
Yeah.
manifest. Me. Yes. Janice,
Yeah.
right here.
But yeah, so I feel like I said, I wasn't here a year ago, and I was just like, I can feel the difference.
Which is good.
Yes, and I'm just like, okay, I feel like, and then so there's another class that I'm thinking about taking. It's called bar.
Ooh, I would do that with
I
you.
want to try that.
So yeah, so if you guys want to come, I'm gonna
Yes.
sign up. They have a.
Is it at your gym or at the bar place?
It's at the bar place in
Okay.
Frisco. So you get
at
you
Pure-
get your first
Pure
class
Bar?
for free. It's called Bar 3.
Okay.
And so you get the first class for free. My instructor, one of her classes, we actually went into an instruction room that actually has a bar, and she was using that to work us out. And I really liked it. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna try and see if I can find a studio.
Well, because the Club Pilates, they do incorporate some bar activity. So I was like, maybe I should go try a bar
Yeah, but
class.
this-
Because I
this-
definitely
Yeah, the bar class.
Love
So you
Pilates.
actually use the bar.
The bar. So
Yeah.
it's like a mixture of dance, yoga, and Pilates.
So I feel
all in
like
one.
that would be good for you because you have that dance background.
Yeah, and that's why I want to try it. So they have a free class. If you guys want to come with me, I'm
Yeah.
going to try and go on a Saturday. I'll let y'all
Yeah,
know
plan
and
it.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan it,
so,
girl.
and then two of my friends that I go work out with, they're like, well, if you go, I'll go. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So definitely.
Okay, yeah, I've been saying I need a new workout venture because I get bored with workouts easy.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But luckily, my instructor, no class is the same, so
Okay.
that's why I've been able to stick with it with her. So I'm really excited about that. So I just felt like, but that's not the core part of her workout class. It's just one-off situation, and both times that we did it, we really liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we had a nice little break. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna dive into our main topic for today.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We are back. Welcome. So this week we're going to be discussing two situations that pretty much have very similar undertones to them. First is going to be Keke Palmer. She went to an Usher concert, looked absolutely gorgeous, by the way.
She did.
Yes.
And was being serenaded by Usher. And her baby daddy decided to go on Twitter and respond to a video of that happening and stated, the outfit though, you're a mother. And so I guess Twitter saw that and be like,
You're a mother.
got him all together and was coming for him. He then responded talking about how, as a man, talking about how he's a traditional man he wants a traditional relationship, and that, she's representing their family, and, he has standards and she wasn't meeting them, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
So he said all that too?
I'll have to
On
go back
social
and
media?
I did not
I have
hear him
to-
say. He didn't say all that on social media.
No. He did have a response. You'll have to pull it up.
Paraphrasing it?
I'm paraphrasing. Pretty much, he was trying to say that he has standards or preferences of how she should behave
So
in
I
public.
saw that, and that was not
Rules.
a response on Twitter. They went back and found some comments that he had made previously. And he said that he holds her to a high.
No,
to like
not,
a high
not
standard
that
or
one.
something.
It was his direct response to
Oh,
everyone
okay.
attacking him from his original, not attacking,
He should
but
have
kind
just
of
stopped talking.
Yeah, he should have. And and then not long after that, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend came out pretty much just saying, hey, warning flag ladies, if you see a man acting like this, you need to have an exit plan. And she posted these conversations that she was having with Jonah Hill about where he was talking about his boundaries. Really, there weren't boundaries, there were preferences.
They were rules.
Thank you. Rules as far as what he wanted her to post to her social media, who she could be friends with,
Or spend time with. The type of activities.
type
she
of
could do.
activities, or what she's allowed to wear. And he was saying, hey, if you want to be in a relationship with me, these are my conditions.
Deuces.
And so she pretty much said, and she was trying to tell you, hey, ladies, if you see somebody act like this, you need to run for the hills. This is not a person.
Red flag.
It's a red flag. Exactly. So just my quick hot take on both these situations. Like I said, Keke Palmer, I don't understand why he's having a problem with this now, seeing that Keke Palmer hasn't changed ever since I've known her, as far as how she is in the public space. Like I said, I don't know how she is in private,
Right.
But this is nothing new. This is who she's always been. So why he decided, I thought it was inappropriate. If you had a problem, that's something that
Right.
they as a couple should have, really y'all should have, discussion should have had been had early on in the relationship.
Right.
And that was not the time and place. And I think he was attempting to control her through shame. And
Yeah, he's trying to embarrass her.
yeah,
That's
trying to
what-
embarrass her and shame her. And I think at the end of the day, because he doesn't have a financial hold over her, that he's using this as a means to be able to control Keke Palmer.
Right.
So I just thought that. And then with Jonah Hill, same thing. With him, I just found it funny because she actually showed the DMs of when he was trying to talk to her, where he actually screenshot a picture of her in her bikini on a surfboard talking about, hey, I like what I see. You know, what's up?
FYI, she is a semi-professional surfer.
Yes.
And that is her profession. So being in a swimsuit she's going to be there majority of the time. And what attracted him was her in those said bikinis.
Exactly.
And caused
Which
him
is
to
his
reach out.
problem because he doesn't want anybody looking at her in the same way or fashion.
But she's a surfer.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
That's what really got me. I'm like,
That is literally her uniform for
Right.
work.
Well, one of the rules was you can't surf with men. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? She's probably, if she's a semi-professional surfer, that means she's probably signed somewhere, which
Right.
means they probably have
Yeah.
other male athletes, which means there are times that she might have to get in the water with them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was kind of bizarre. So same thing. I think he was attempting to set the ground rules in an attempt to control her. Luckily, it was in the beginning of the relationship, so she can be like, you know what, this really isn't for me. And she did say, you know, this isn't for me. And I'm not saying
Was it in the beginning of the relationship?
they had been dating, but it was
Yeah,
it
because they were
wasn't
together for like over a year.
oh, they were.
But I think this was an ongoing situation where he was constantly trying. And she did delete some photos based on
The text she sent.
based on the text, and she was trying to comply. And I think she kind of figured out,
yeah, you shouldn't
okay,
have to comply in a relationship. That's
And here's the thing: I think in a relationship, you have certain things that you want your partner to fulfill you on, and sometimes
don't go date you knew she was in the
Right.
bikini. Like it's different if these are things like when he initially was attracted to her or got with her, he didn't know, and then these are things that started bothering him
Right.
into the relationship. But you knew going in, she's a
That's
surfer. Like
dating an
Don't try to
alcoholic or
change
knowing that
someone.
they're an alcoholic when you start dating them and then being like you can't drink
drink.
anymore.
Right, like-
well, you knew that, so of course you want to help them better themselves, but at the same time, that was a bad example because I guess alcohol is bad.
Yes.
But I can't even think about it. But you can't just change them.
But you ever notice that? Really, honestly, I think it comes down to both with Jonah Hill and with Keke Palmer's boyfriend. I think they're both insecure. I think with Keke Palmer's boyfriend, because she has financial control.
She's the breadwinner.
She's the breadwinner. I think that makes him insecure. And I think also with Jonah Hill, people were always pointing out, like, she's, of course, physically fit around other physically fit people. And he's a person that has struggled with his weight. He's gone up
his
and down.
feelings with it,
I guess I didn't think
And
about
so
that
I think that
part.
kind of plays into their mind. And so I think because of their insecurity, they then attempt to
this to
control
feel
the
secure.
situation to be able to make themselves feel better. External situations where I always point out, I'm like, you ever notice that, good example, Russell Wilson, I've never seen him where in fact, when she's out there doing her thing, he's her biggest cheerleader. He'd be
Right.
like, yeah, girl, that and she coming home with me.
And she can wear whatever she wants.
Whatever
he
she
lets
wants.
her be herself.
Be
She
herself.
And
Can,
people have made comments too about the fact that she dresses a certain way and he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he's not trying to change her. That's how
that's
she
who
was.
he
when
met
he
her, who he
her.
married. And I
She
get that when you're
sings
in a
whatever she
relationship, you
wants to
should
sing.
I do believe when you're in a relationship, certain things should change, right? You're not a single person anymore. I get that part.
I mean, she's
But
not naked.
The way I dress,
But yeah.
Yeah.
like, unless I'm out here just streaking,
Right.
like,
And even
pulling
then, you
my
can
tits
if you want
out.
to. But if you're, I say, as long as you're not doing inappropriate things, like I said, if I can't do this thing in front of you, then
Right.
it's inappropriate. If it's something that you have to sneak and hide and do, then I think it's inappropriate. You shouldn't be doing that just out of respect
Right.
of
well,
relationship.
some people, and I get, because some people are naturally flirty. I'm one of them. I'm a naturally just flirty person. I'm not doing it out of disrespect. And if my partner was like, hey, when you do this, this, and this, it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, that's different.
I
You could work
adjust
on-
those things.
Yes.
What you're asking her to adjust are like unreasonable.
Like her personality,
requests.
like who she is.
Or one of the things he said was, you can't hang out with certain people, hang out with people who are or other women in unstable environments.
That's-
Yeah.
What's unstable to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because she likes to go out, she's unstable? Because you don't want me going out with her?
Yeah.
And the crazy part is there's this new show on Bravo called Summer Vineyard or Summer House, Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, I've heard about
And
it.
I've watched it, and it's supposed to be like the black version of Summer House. Okay. And it reminds me similar. Her husband was acting the exact same way. They had just gotten married when they met and dated and all of that. It was during COVID. So that lifestyle that people were partying, drinking, all that was kind of less. So I think now that they're kind of back, I'm married to you now I'm going out again. He basically like attacked one of her friends and was just like, I don't like when she hangs out with you because she goes out and she does inappropriate things. And it's like, you want her to have a good time? And as long as she's not out here cheating on you,
Exactly.
being disgusting, like, I don't understand the problem. It's just not appropriate for a married woman to be out till this time of night. Well, you don't own me.
Yeah. And I think also if you're getting married, then that should have been a discussion you had before
Right. And
marriage.
I think in that situation, they didn't have that opportunity before they actually went and physically got married because it was during the pandemic. So
Yeah.
they weren't going
Right.
out. And then clubs did close at a certain time, even if you were going out. You know what I mean? So I think that's the difference there. But I think when it comes to a controlling relationship, and it can be man or woman, right? Because it's not just a man controlling a woman. It could be a woman controlling a man. And I think that those things should be discussed privately, first of all. That was my main issue with what Kiki's man said.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much what he said, the outfit though, you're a mother. I'm sure that's something he could have said at the house and maybe
I don't know why-
felt some
Yeah.
type of way, but why are you going to go
Blast
and put
it
me
on-
on social media
Right.
knowing I'm famous?
That was my issue.
Knowing that, and so now you've made your private business the entire
Everybody's
world's
business.
business.
Yeah.
Now it's my business to
Yeah.
have an opinion on it because you put it out there.
Yeah. And I think also you have to note with her boyfriend is that
And you didn't even propose to me, baby.
that's another thing too. I'm not your wife, so somebody actually I started following and listening to podcasts, and she's like, "You're single until you're married." So you're and I would say this: do not give
about
wife privileges to somebody you're not married to. So, because a lot of times these men, because they're already getting everything they want out of you out of the relationship, they're getting the wifely stuff.
But at
why
the same
I
time-
gotta go get married to you?
But I also feel like if you're gonna
You
have a
have
baby
to.
with him, then there needs to be some respect on some type of level. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't be going around saying, okay, well,
But just as far as respect level, he's posted provocative pictures of her on his own profile where there was one where, just right after she had the baby and she was like bending over and twerking. Oh, it was cool then because he controlled the narrative.
What was put out.
What was put out, and he controlled the narrative. And then he's like, and
On
then
my-
we're like, okay, if we're going to talk about being appropriate as parents, what's this thirst trap you posted shirtless on your bed? You a father though.
To be honest-
Right. Yeah. Is there a double
so
standard
I'm
there?
just like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if she can't do that, then sir, you can't do that
shouldn't
either
I'm a
because
bit
you're a father.
baffled as to why. Because, okay, I love Kiki. I mean, she's like
Yeah.
she's a huge character to me. She's hilarious.
Yes.
The outfit that she had on is nothing that she's never worn before. It's
Yeah.
not like she's wearing something that's completely out of character for her.
And so
I don't see why.
this girl,
It wasn't-
or
it-
a girl at my job was basically saying that like her whole body was out. Da, 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 da.
No.
And I was like, okay, so that's like almost like her wearing a bathing suit. Like I get it, like, but that's like that style of outfit is very popular right now.
She was
Yeah,
completely
it's
covered.
very
Like the
popular.
boobs and it was the sheer thing was over like a one piece swimsuit basically.
yeah.
But it's not anything that she would have never worn before. It's not completely out of character. And my thing is like, why would you? Of all the things you could complain about, why would you pick
Complain
her
about
outfit?
that.
I mean,
I don't think, and that's the thing. It's probably not even her outfit. It's probably Usher.
something else.
It's
I was
Usher
thinking
being
he
all
was
like on
upset
her.
about something else, but didn't want to
Yeah.
say it was about
It's something else. Yeah.
her like fiending all over Usher or whatever. So he probably just did the outfit, but
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to insecurity, and I think for him and for Jonah Hill, they're lashing out and attempting to control a situation because they're insecure about it.
Jonah
Instead
Hill-
of working on something internal, be like,
Yeah.
hey, I figure out why this makes me uncomfortable, or why am I having this feeling, and do an internal audit. You're trying to control someone
to me,
else.
No, so for me, the Keke Palmer, her boyfriend, that's like personal preferences. I don't like when you wear this and that. That's I can almost understand that, but I think it shouldn't have been done publicly. Cool,
Yeah.
I agree.
right? Jonah Hill, that's something different. That's like almost damn near emotional abuse.
Yes, 100%.
Like, yes, you don't own me. I'm not property, and you can't mock. Let me
It
let me
was a
find the
lot of
text.
stuff. And
Let me
I
find the
was just
text.
like, he's
Because what
crazy.
it was, I was like, this is absurd. Like if I had seen that text coming from my boyfriend, quote unquote, we're breaking up.
Exactly.
We got to break up, because in the text he straight up says, these are my boundaries for being in a romantic relationship with this, and I'll be like, I can't meet those. Sorry, that's okay. Thank you for your time, because you're telling me basically to stop my profession.
Yes.
Not to grow into modeling, which a lot of semi-pro or professional surfers end up modeling. Right? That's a part of their ads and endorsements and things. I can't get in the pool with men. I can't be friends with unstable women. And I shouldn't be doing things outside of going to have lunch or something respectable. What's respectable to you? What do you mean I can't go have a drink? I can't go to happy hour?
Okay, so
It's absurd to me.
Just to let you know, I'm going to read word for word what he said. He goes, plain and simple, if you need, as far as his criteria, surfing with men.
This is his list that he texted
This is his
her.
list that he texted her. Pretty much no go for him. Surfing with men. Boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. He didn't elaborate on what
Like,
he
what's the
considered
boundaries of being friends with
boundary.
men?
Okay, he did not want her to model, which was part of her job. To post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, not a bikini, bathing suit. So, mind you, she's a surfer, so this is literally her uniform. This is
And
what
that's
she
how
does.
she promotes herself.
Yeah. He did not want to post sexual pictures, which the pictures that he asked her to delete, I saw those were not sexual pictures. Friendships with women who are in unstable places from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something
This
respectable.
dude has serious issues.
That's what I'm saying.
These are serious
One
issues.
more. I think there's one more.
And then he goes, I'm not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it. And there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on
So
the
you're
ways
threatening
these
me.
actions have hurt or our trust.
You're threatening her or trying to make her feel
Well, technically,
like
he's not threatening her. He's saying these are his boundaries.
You're
If it
threatening to
doesn't,
break
if it
up with
doesn't
me
make
if
her
I don't.
happy, then he's not the person
So
for
in
her.
that
it was the way he said it. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's
It's
the
not
way
what
he
he said.
said it.
It's the way he
So
said it. You're
if-
trying to manipulate me.
So those are your boundaries. It should be, hey, this isn't working for me.
Right.
Based on
These are my
these are my
boundaries.
boundaries.
Yeah.
These are my things. So because these are my boundaries.
Bro,
You know he
I
has
can't
serious
be-
issues,
you
right?
gave me a bullet point list.
That's
Those are rules
serious
and
issues.
regulations.
It
that I have
almost makes me wonder: has anyone come out that's actually had a long-term relationship with him?
I think
Has he been in a long-term relationship?
she's
I don't
really
know.
the first one that he had ever like been with publicly, as far as like social, like she actually went to a red carpet with him and things. At one point, I
How
was-
old is he?
You know, he just had a baby too.
Yeah. And the girl actually said she didn't want to post, or she said basically the reason why because everybody's like, well, why would she say something now? Blah, blah, blah. Well, she said that it was causing her more emotional damage and than it would by keeping it in than to let it out. I think that's,
Yeah. No, the reason
you
I'm
need to expose your
asking
abuser.
about his relationships and previous relationships, because the way he is,
Maybe
like
that's why he
the
doesn't
things
have
that
them.
he's saying now, it almost seems like if you're starting off already at this level, it makes me think, what's next? Is it like physical abuse? And can
This
you
for
imagine
sure
the
is-
mind fuck being in a
There-
relationship with him?
exactly.
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
definitely emotional abuse.
It's definitely like emotionally abusive because so the next
this is
the
how
next
you're
thing
starting.
the next
Like-
thing next thing your truth, because you're already basically
You come
saying
out
you
the
can't
gate
be friends
like
with
this.
unstable people.
Yeah.
I can hang off my family member, she's
That's
unstable.
what I'm saying.
Like what's next?
This is crazy. This is like some lifetime.
Yeah.
Like
That's why I said his was like
This is
so
wild.
egregious. Like I was like, wow.
If you really think about it, because he's the kind of person probably like yes, take you away from your family to where you're just isolated, just you and him.
yeah.
Oh God. no.
Yeah, he wants you to be complete.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a complete
Can't
dependence
work.
on him.
You can't work anymore because you
Yeah,
can't.
Well,
you
you don't.
can't
I don't want
model.
you. You know, you're getting too close with your coworkers. So go ahead, and quit your job. You don't even need to work.
You can't model. You can't work because you can't wear your swimsuit. So
Yeah. It's just that's what I'm saying. For me, Keke Palmer's boyfriend, that's a boundary. Cool. You don't like. You just think it's inappropriate. And there
Talk
are
to me
times,
at home.
There
Don't
are
blast
times in a
me.
relationship where
yeah.
if I'm wearing something you feel is inappropriate and you would prefer to be with me when I wear said outfit, we can talk about
Talk
that.
to me at home though.
We could talk about
Yeah.
that. You don't need to go on social media and blast me.
No.
Don't embarrass me, because now everybody's talking about our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think more eyes and conversations about your relationship is going to cause more issues in your relationship?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I guarantee you they're fighting about it now.
Yeah.
No, she don't care. A couple days after that, she was in this like black and white little tight little number, and her body was bodying. I was like, all right, Keke.
Yeah. And
Hey,
I-
she did get snatched right after that baby.
yeah,
she
she
looks
did.
good.
Looks really good. That baby's, is not. I don't even think it's a year old yet. So.
No, the baby like
Couple months.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, really
she.
young.
Yeah. So I'm like, for
Figure
her,
her body.
I'm happy, but that's her personality. That's who she is.
Right.
People are
She
always-
does have a
been
good spirit.
this
and
way.
Yeah.
You don't want to like become like a
Tamper
shell
that.
of
Yeah.
yourself in a relationship either. So,
Right.
but like I said, to be fair, I do think if he had a problem with her outfit, you can say that, but
And
we
she
need
can
to
take
have a
on-
conversation.
Yeah.
And
she
then
can
we
take
need
it
to-
under advisement.
right.
Whether she
Advice.
changes or not, but
Oh, I like that.
It could be,
take it under advisement.
I noted. Maybe next time don't.
And a lot of times men will just, if you're going to wear something like that, they would prefer to be with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can see that. Like,
Yeah. I have to see your motive. I have to really see
Right,
your
right.
motive.
Where are you coming from?
Are you
with
doing
this?
are
You're
you doing
controlling-
this because you're truly concerned, or because you feel like, okay, it speaks not, I don't want to say speaks on him, but he feels like I don't want anyone else to see what I see.
And
kinda
I
thing.
don't think in a relationship you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Other men shouldn't see me the same
Yeah,
way
and
you see me.
I
as far as my body, like actually physically seeing me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Obviously, the things I show you is not what I should show everybody in the world.
Right.
I get that part. But again, we have to come to some type of compromise. If I'm been a provocative dresser in the past, and now you're uncomfortable with it, and it's something that's a new thing, but I agree
Yeah.
with you 100%. Like, I would have to really see where you're coming from. Are you coming from a place of jealousy? Are
Yeah.
you coming from a place of, respect?
Yeah.
Like, you want people to respect me more,
Yeah.
or respect our relationship. I can understand that.
And honestly, I always tell people when it comes to women, because I think what women wear versus what men wear and how things are dictated to men versus women, it comes down to the old adage of, well, if you didn't wear that, X, Y, and Z wouldn't have happened. And I feel like it doesn't matter what women wear. You could be in a bikini all the way down to a burqa. Everyone on the spectrum, as far as what they're wearing, has experienced inappropriate behavior from men. Ladies, it does not matter.
what you're wearing.
What you're wearing.
Yeah.
But
it's
it does,
it's not your outfit, it's your gender that
is drawing them in.
Drawing them in.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, haven't we all put on a certain outfit looking for a little bit more attention? I mean, I know I have.
Yeah, and that's
I mean,
fine.
I just get attention regardless.
I know, but
Yeah.
Don't even try.
It doesn't
Same.
matter what
Same.
you wear.
Same. Like, but there might be a day where I'm like, well, I'm finna go out. I'm finna
But is
put it out there.
Yeah, but it's
But I'm doing that on purpose.
you're doing it on purpose, but also you're putting that outfit to make you feel a certain way as well. So
I'm looking for
on the
attention.
shot,
Straight up, I'm looking for attention.
because you say,
More
okay, I'm putting
attention.
on this out because I want to feel sexy
So let
today.
me-
I want to feel
let me
wanted.
ask
Yeah.
I
you a
want to feel wanted. I
question.
want to feel sexy.
So, do you think that's where the man's coming from? Like, the only reason why you would put that on
No.
is because you want attention too?
No, that's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
I'm
When
saying
it comes
that's
to
my mind.
inappropriate attention,
I have a question, please. Okay. I know you just said that women should be able to wear whatever they want and men
Yeah.
should just leave them alone, right?
No.
Okay, no.
Well, or not.
it needs to be
it's a-
appropriate. And like I said,
Because some women, you just, as women, we just really can't be like, we should wear whatever we want to wear anytime we want to, wherever we want to. Because if you're walking around with your ass cheeks hanging
Yeah,
out, even me as a
exactly.
woman, I'm gonna be looking at you like,
You can
put some
look.
damn clothes on.
You can look.
Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
garner inappropriate attention.
Yes.
Okay, so my thing is that when dating, depending on the outfit, yes, you can garner attention or garner looks from people. Because even I'd be like, okay,
No, I'd be like, girl, put
But
some damn clothes on
there
your
are
ass
people-
cheeks
But
hanging out. Where you going in that?
Yes.
and I will look and I'll keep my thoughts and opinions to myself. I'm not gonna go up to that woman and be like, you a hoe.
Well,
why you
no,
dressing
I
like
wouldn't,
that?
but
Blah, blah,
I
blah.
do feel like women, we don't.
But what
We don't have
Stacey's
to dress.
saying, what Stacey's saying, like, I think I feel like we're blurring the line
I
of
know,
like,
it's just- yeah.
blurring the line in the sense that, like, you know how people will say, like, in a sexual assault case, like, what were you wearing? Like, you asked for that.
Nobody ever asked for anything.
That's what I'm saying.
However,
I think that's kind of where we're blurring the line
Yeah.
because when I put on an outfit and I want to be sexy, yeah, I might be fishing for a compliment.
not to be harassed.
You know,
Like, yeah.
right? So if I put on that outfit with that mindset, which, like I said, I feel like we've all done that. I can see where a man would say, "Well, you're only doing that because you want attention." And again, that's where it needs to be understood. Where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Right? Let's have the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about boundaries, true boundaries
Yeah.
in our relationship.
Yeah.
So I may be a little old school because
I don't want my man going down and liking a whole bunch of women on Instagram.
I don't either. So I
Right?
might be a little bit old school on this, but no woman ever deserves to have inappropriate attention or to be sexually assaulted or anything like that. But there are some women out there. I'm just like, baby girl, where are you going in that though?
Yeah.
Put some clothes on.
Yeah.
At least put on some little bitty shorts or something because it's really kind of hard to just some of the things that, and I mean, no one ever deserves for anything to ever happen to them, but
Right.
you have to know like certain things may not be appropriate for that particular situation.
Yeah, and
like
I
why
think-
would you put yourself
Yes, I
in
do
that
think
outfit in
it's
that
never their
environment?
fault, but I do put certain things on in certain environments with the intention of not drawing attention to myself, just like the
Right.
same way I would want attention. I can do both.
So in that situation, we are modifying our behavior to trying to control what other people are trying, maybe other people's intentions, and that's
Not necessarily.
I think my point is that. Because you see a lot of women who will shame other women, be like, well, that's not appropriate for a young lady, this, that, and the third. And the thing is that the attention that you're trying to avoid getting based on you feel like certain ways we should dress, it doesn't matter. You could be completely covered up. It still happens. We're
Yes.
seeing that when we're talking about we're talking about the Duggars and we're talking about things that happen and those girls
But I
are
agree with-
completely
I agree with
appropriately
Stacey.
dressed and they're still being assaulted. It doesn't
I know
matter what
but
you're wearing.
I know. I get what you're saying, but I was.
I don't know that's what she's saying.
That's
yeah.
not what I'm saying, but
I get what Stacey's saying. She's just like, because yes, there were times I'm like, girl, you doing too much.
Yeah.
Like, put some clothes on. Go
but-
home.
and what's- but
what are you
Like,
doing?
I guess
of
I
course.
have daughters, right? So, and
Right.
I want them to dress however that makes them
Yeah.
feel good about themselves. And if you have a nice body, I don't have an issue showing your body or whatever. But I will also tell my
There are
daughters there's a
limits.
time and a place for certain things, and there
Yes.
are limits. Like
There
I
are limits.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want anything to happen to you. So let's
Yeah.
just modify it a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I do think the little shorts with the little booty cheeks out. I'm like, that's too much. Put your cheeks up.
there's
no,
certain things
and
I'm
you know
just
what? When
like-
you say it's too much,
I think
someone
so.
else may feel like this is just fine. It's
And
relative.
that's okay.
And that's relative.
And that's
why-
okay.
You've never seen something that you just like, that's just too much.
Yes, but I keep
okay.
that opinion to
I know,
myself.
but if you had
I'm
a
not gonna
daughter-
shame-
There would be no reason for me to share that with
Right.
you.
If you
Share
had a
that with
daughter,
you.
would you teach your daughter, hey, baby girl, sometimes that might be too much for the situation?
Not saying I wouldn't shame her and make her
Not
feel like
shame
she
her,
did
but-
anything wrong or this is
No.
you have to do this. Be like, hey, just to let you know, based on what you're wearing,
Right.
you may attract certain energy from other
Right.
people that may
Right.
be
Yeah.
unwanted.
Okay.
And be prepared for that.
Right.
Unwanted
Because I will never
attention.
say you can't wear something. I want my kids to feel good in them within
Yeah.
their skin and whatever they want to wear. But I also know like
Yeah, and some
I'm gonna tell
women-
you exactly.
maybe
if
not
it's-
wear that
if you're-
thong swimsuit.
If you're my friend,
in that
I'm gonna tell you
environment. I don't know.
exactly
And
what I
then
think. I'm
also-
like, girl.
And also, I think also, I know you only have daughters, and maybe one day in the future I may have a son, but we also need to think about, we also need to be training our sons and
Yes,
how
we
to
should.
behave in those situations as well.
We absolutely
Not
should.
just telling our daughters, hey, you really shouldn't be
It's
wearing
both.
that in that situation.
It's both.
It's a two-pronged thing. So,
both.
yeah, and I think right
Yes, they
now
need to
the
teach
onus is
sons,
on
not-
the
yeah.
women and not on the men.
But yeah, I'm not gonna go to. I mean, but yeah, I think that's just being smart.
Yeah.
That's just knowing that this world is a cold, cruel place,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
you can't just do whatever you want.
Yeah, correct. And like I said, there's a time and place for everything. So if you're out, hot sun, out on the beach or by the pool, that booty shirt, 100% appropriate.
Yes,
Go
but
ahead and wear
I
that.
might
Would
say-
you wear that booty shirt to church? Probably not.
No,
So
Or
there's
work.
a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
There are certain situations, certain places that this is
is mom-
work appropriate. This is home appropriate. This is this and a third.
What
Yeah.
his mom said, "It no make for dog." Right?
Yeah, it was
Right.
like
I
for
mean,
somebody
hey,
to wear.
When
I
they
don't know.
made the
I-
outfit, it was for somebody to wear.
Yeah. I mean, I know as women we shouldn't have to modify how we dress to please men, but I do feel like at certain times that
It's not to please men.
not-
I think you should modify the way you dress based off of the environment to make sure
Yeah.
you put a layer of protection around
or on yourself. Like if
Yeah.
you're walking back from the beach late at night, maybe put some shorts over that little
Right.
thong. Don't wear your thong swimsuit that you had on. Put
Yeah.
some shorts on over it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just.
But
I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
once again, we're doing.
At
Why
nighttime.
are we doing that? Why are we
I know,
doing
but
that?
you're
give yourself a layer of protection.
I know you're saying we're doing
I'm
it
just
for the
saying,
men, but
it's just saying. But the whole reason why we're doing that, we're trying to control, and that's what I think. That's what I'm trying to get
because
at.
it's a cold, cruel world. You
So-
can't
Cold,
control
cruel
other
world.
people's actions.
Exactly.
So the only thing I can
So-
do is do my very best
Yes.
And
to
that's-
not garner that type of attention. I think that is a thing. You should not.
No, I'm just saying because of the society we live in a patriarchal society. Yes, we as women have to take those into considerations for our own safety.
Yes.
But let's be honest, even if you're still that girl, whether you wore a bikini or if you wore shorts, if that man wants to assault you, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. Has no factor. Now, if you're assaulted,
I do think it matters.
No,
a
it
little
doesn't.
Bit. Not
But
maybe for
because-
every assaulter, but there
just
are
saying,
some
for
that
some,
we're
like-
gonna go for. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this one.
she's
Yeah.
walking around a thong
Yeah,
swimsuit.
maybe you didn't even notice me because I just. But again,
But now
every
I'm-
assaulter is different. So if
Yeah.
we're talking about that,
But I think
everybody
I
like
think-
assaults are
I think
driven
we're
by different
definitely
reasons.
getting off course with
Yes,
what we were
really
initially
are.
talking about. And
We
this would
really,
be
really
No,
are.
I'm
This
just
should
saying
actually
it
be
comes down to
a good
control,
topic,
and I
though.
think, like I said, we live in a misogynist society, and at the end of the day, I feel like there's too much pressure on women in a way that is not on men to dress a certain way, act a certain way, to avoid certain behaviors from it.
That's-
We're trying to
that's the
modify
age-old
our behavior.
issue. It's
yeah,
always been an
yeah,
issue.
I'm just saying I'm trying to play by the rules because this is the society we live in. Doesn't mean I won't fight for change. I understand
I
this
don't
is a
think that
society
will
and
ever
we trying to
change.
adapt and change.
It'll
Live by
never
the.
change. I
I hope
personally
so, but
don't think it will ever
If
change
that's the case, you're
because
saying women should be able to walk around butt ass naked and should nobody
want
do
to.
anything and even
And
look
then,
at like
you know
we
what?
shouldn't garner any attention.
And you know what? This is the society, but there are cultural
But that's-
societies where they
in
do,
reality,
and they
that's
do
just
not have to worry about
how
that.
it is.
what do you
Where-
mean?
where-
How would you know?
Where do people
So
walk around butt
there-
naked all the time and
so
there's no where?
There's some like
Why do you think that they
like,
don't have sexual assault there
isolated-
too?
I'm just saying, where everyone is dressed like that, both
Where?
men and women
Julian,
go
where?
around.
Where are they
The-
butt
There are
just
naked?
said-
isolated societies where
But
they're
you
like,
just said
they
it
cover-
doesn't matter what you wear. The assault's gonna
Julian,
happen
they
either
cover
way.
their
So
private-
dress or
saying,
not, I'm
I'm
gonna get
just-
assaulted. Because that's the world we live in.
I'm just saying, in certain when it's isolated, where they have
still
different
assault them
cultural.
because you're not assaulted
I
because
still
you're
feel
sexually
like in
attracted.
those places
You're
they wear
assaulting
like
because you are controlling.
loincloth that
and-
covers their loins. I don't think men walk around just swinging. I still think they have
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
because
I don't know.
If I'm far off, like
Yeah,
but they wear like cloth over the
But my point is, at the end of the day, those societies probably do have
They
assault,
have,
because when people are assaulting you, it's not because I want to bang her. It's because you want to control her and degrade her and
No, I'm
do
just
something
saying, and I
nasty
do
to
have.
her. That's why.
I mean, there's also those isolated settings where maybe it's not a patriarchy, but it's a matriarchy where the women control everything as
they
well.
probably still get assaulted.
Okay.
Y'all, we're not going anywhere with this conversation.
Yeah.
We'll just
I'm just saying, it's like I said, the society that we live in, like I said, I don't know about every single society, the society we live in, it's sad, and we definitely have rules that we have to play it by based on we're a oppressed group.
And Kiki wasn't playing by them.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't playing by the rules. That's exactly
She
what's
wasn't
going on.
playing by the rules, and he didn't like it.
Yeah, and Jonah Hill's girlfriend be like, nah,
He's
this ain't for
crazy.
me. And I
He's
think
different
more
'cause
and
he's
more
crazy.
women are saying, you know what, I'm not playing this game anymore. And so
I
more power
mean,
to them.
Me personally, I think I would still want to have a level of respect for my man, but I probably
Based on what you feel comfortable doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we can have a conversation. And if I truly feel like, hey, all right, I can see your point. Let me do this.
right.
Yeah.
Can I wear? If I wear that dress, I'm gonna be with you. I won't dress like that when we're not out together. Cool. Mm-hmm. We solved it.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta blast me.
Yeah. That's
Jonah Hill's a whole different level.
That's a
That's
private
totally-
situation. And I think
So.
the whole reason why she posted it is be like, hey, ladies,
These are red flags.
it's kind of
It
like
is.
be on the lookout kind of thing.
What's
It
worse
is.
than red
So
flags?
you can
Because
see
that's what
you
that
can
is.
see the signs before you get too deep,
Bro,
and I think that's
don't-
what she's trying to
Don't
do.
bullet point me.
Yeah.
He bullet pointed it.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, like,
But
you
yeah,
really sat
that's
out
wild.
and bulleted rules for me.
Yeah, I think it's sad, but it's one of those things where I'm glad to see more women stepping up and saying, "This is not what I want for my life. This doesn't make me happy." And if that means I'm alone, that means I'm alone. So yeah. I'm happy for both of them. Kiki Palmer, I'm sure she went home to handle business, and Jonah
I heard
Hill.
nothing else from Oh Dude either.
Yeah,
Have you?
nothing else.
Shut
Jonah, his silence crickets.
Sit
over
down
there.
and go shopping or something.
Yeah, and then of course Jonah Hill's, that's his ex-girlfriend. She ended up leaving. He's with someone else. They just had a baby and everything.
I wonder how she's being treated in the relationship.
She
know.
definitely has bullet points.
She has bullet points, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
you're a mother of his child. Oh, hell no.
So she attached to him
Girl.
for at least 18 years.
But
so
some women are okay with that, just
Yeah.
depending on how.
Yeah, some women like
yeah,
that environment,
And if
which
you
is
do-
why I said earlier, maybe we're just not right for each other.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Maybe that's not everybody's for everybody.
yeah,
That's true.
I said, hey, if you find somebody who
It can live with those standards.
yeah, I'm like, that's
Cool.
how I operate anyway.
Maybe you
so
need to
cool.
go date you a God-fearing woman that stay in the church and she don't even get in bathing suits. She's like, I only show my body. Maybe that's what kind of
Yeah.
woman you need.
Yeah.
I'm not her. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely, there are definitely
Yeah.
women out there who
Because I
don't
have
feel-
to be with somebody secure because
for sure.
I'm flirty and I have no like. I'm probably way more flirty with men that I don't like than I do. The ones I do like are the ones I'm quiet with. Weird, I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Yeah, I think this is a conversation we'll probably continue to have on other episodes because this is not the first time or the last time stuff like this comes
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
nice little discussion.
Feels good to be back, huh?
Very good to be back. 'cause I
good
was-
to be back.
Yeah, because I was just like, man, I need
A
to be
good
here.
topic to open up with too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head on out. We're
Got
actually about to have a family gathering and
Yeah.
hang out and stuff like that. Our cousin's in from out of town, so we're gonna go hang with him and have some fun.
Enjoy our Saturday.
Yes.
So you guys have a good one.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye. Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on and leave us a review.
We want to support local businesses, so if you'd like us to shout out your business, or if you have a topic suggestion, or even questions for our QA section, we want to hear from you. So reach out to us at letmefinish@gmail.com.
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Let Me Finish. Don't forget that the E in me is the number 3. You can find me at New Jillian Houdis on Instagram. Stacy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mrs. Cams01. I'm also on TikTok, Mrs. Cams01, MRSKAMS01.
And Janice, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Uniquely Janice and Facebook and TikTok. I'm just Janice Housen.
Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys then.